All right, everybody. Friday night football back for No Limit Sports Live. He's Drew Crosby. I'm Mark Davis. Drew, the first Friday night in September did not disappoint. And again, if you're watching out there, Facebook Live and Instagram Live, check out the WTKR Facebook page, and we are going to be taking your questions, your comments. You guys drive the conversation. But first, hey, man, welcome back.
Well, man, it's great to be back. Great to be back. It's, over this week we had a lot going on, a lot that we talked about, and I remember last week we were scheduling to go to a few games, but it was cool to see that me and you ended up at the same game tonight.
Oh, we did.
So that's going to be the one that we start with tonight. It's a lot of things that I kind of want to share. Our team was out covering games. I know your team was as well. Together, a great team, and we had a great night of coverage. So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that game that I see you at tonight, and go from there maybe.
Absolutely, let's do it. And that game was Warwick, Oscar Smith, two teams that won. They were both opening up 0-1. They're not used to losing, and they both came in having yet to score a point. They were both shut out in their first game, albeit two fantastic competition.
Absolutely, absolutely. We talk about the battle testing and things like that. I seen somebody in the comments earlier, a little bit before the game, like, hey, Oscar Smith taking that loss last week. So, some people locally are going to pay for that, and I think that's definitely something true. While we had a few different stars emerge in Charles McGlone. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, McGlown as well. Lonnie Andrews doing what he does. I came in a little bit after you were able to help me out a little bit on how they got that first touchdown to Tajay Curtis. It looks good from the Oscar Smith side. Both sides have great defense. Both sides are really intact as well. I really like the game that I saw. Of course, in any game, you find different times where there's some things that you got to go back to the lab and work on with. But, it was exciting to see it there. And so after that first touchdown, Tajay Curtis, I think you said it was like a 45-yard.
Yeah, 43-yarder. And it wasn't easy, too. It was probably a cumulative, 65 yards as he was zigzagging.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good.
To see that play go back and forth, it just shows the athleticism of Tajay Curtis, and that will, I guess, or that relentlessness that he's going to make it to that end zone, no matter what, right? The squig, whatever that looks like. Really good blocking, down the field as well. I just want to give a shout out to, again, both of the defenses. Cartier Carey on the Warwick side. This kid is really something. This kid is special.
Yeah.
This kid is special. It doesn't matter who you put in front of him. It doesn't matter who it is that, we spoke up throughout the week coming up. He's not really hearing any of that noise, anything like that. The defense follows as well. I think the defense does really well at keeping Warwick inside of the game, which made it pretty interesting for the Smith and Warwick game, which a lot of people didn't see it as being an interesting game, maybe even a blowout. But what Warwick has showed us, they have time and time again given their offense so many different chances to, take the lead again. So once they start to iron those things out on the offensive side, I'm sure that they'll have a better, upside on the season. But right now, absolutely, it's a defensive thing. And it's seeming like that for a lot of teams right now, Mark, I tell you.
Yeah, you're right. And, I talked to Lucas Brown, Warwick's AD, on the sideline, and I said, you guys are going to be fine. And he totally agreed. He likes the way they looked against two really good opponents here early on. So that was a good thing. And then for Oscar Smith, getting that win, that's going to kind of catapult them, I'm sure. But everybody's fine. And I'll tell you what, a couple of us were talking on the sideline as well. When's the last time you remember the Raiders getting blown out?
Right.
You can't remember because that defense is always in. Again, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, on the WTKR page. You give us your comments and you tell us what teams and topics you want to talk about, and we are going to get to them. Lots of action tonight. We saw Kings Fork pick up the first win. We also saw Maury and Varina. Maury going on the road, gritty, gutsy win. Key was there, I believe.
Yes, Key was there.
And he has a couple things.
Absolutely. So, and I wanted to make sure I shouted that out as well. We were at several different games throughout our team. Shout out Sports Plug Key, Sports Plug Don, Sports Plug Jen, and so many others that make this thing possible.
Absolutely.
Key was able to take a ride over to Varina and go with Maury over there. And that game ended up, of course, by a 1-point game. It was a 14-13. And Key says Maury versus Varina game lived up to all the hype. These were two powerhouse programs. Varina's running back trio, Darren Williams, Michael Farley, and Sir Paul Cheeks might be the most dangerous I've seen on the same field. All three of them shine. Matt Williams, who is a DB from Maury High School, proved that he could be the best defensive back, if not already, arguably the best defensive back here in Virginia and also in the nation. Holding a D1 player to 0 catches, Maury's Damo Everett has 2 more years, and once he cuts down some of the small mistakes, which is also expected from a young quarterback like himself, right? He's going to be special. But tonight, the world was introduced to Vonnie Wiggins and Hunter Collins. Both are the real deal, and they are here to stay. So, hey, that's a shout out from Sports Plug Key.
Yep.
And, some great notable names that I'm kind of familiar with as well. I mean, it embodies what it takes to have this type of competition. 14-13, you can have so many things that, change the outcome of that game.
100%.
Absolutely. But this looks like a really good take from there. And again, I'm proud of Maury for going down and, holding it down. And as well as Veranda, I mean, again, it's all about the game living up to the hype. Both teams coming in and doing what they said or implied that they would do, of course. And then we'll see where the results go from there. So kudos. I tip my hats to both teams, as they both aren't teams that you should laugh at going into the regular season.
No,
yeah,
not
to
at all.
The rest of the regular season.
Laugh at your peril. No doubt at all. We got Amy here on Instagram. She wants to just talk about Granby High School. And you know what, Amy, thanks for shouting out the comments, because I'll tell you what a tough draw to begin the season. Now, Coach
Bayside too as well.
Oh, Bayside. Yep. We got Bayside.
Got Bayside too? From Brandon Riddick too on Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll do Granby, then we'll get to Bayside. There's a lot to talk about with the Marlins too, Drew. But Granby, what a rough way to start the season, right?
Yes.
And Coach Kendall Jefferson said, hey, we did this on purpose to schedule these teams, get us ready for what's to come in the postseason, Eastern District, everything like that. But Indian River and Dinwiddie back-to-back,
yes,
that's a rough way to start. And the comments, they just need to get that offense going.
Yes, I mean, it's almost prevalent that that's what needs to happen. Sure. The funny thing about Granby is they gave up the same amount of points both of these weeks, tonight and last week as well, 55. They scored 6 this week, and it was 0 against Indian River. Both teams are good teams as well. We know Dinwiddie and their track record and what Coach looks to do over there. We have Indian River that they just came from as well. That would give them some battle testing as they move into a Dinwiddie game. And as you can see, Dinwiddie is going to take a little bit more than that type of battle testing.
Yeah.
Again, shouting out to Malik Carew, who had a blowout game for himself personally and some of his fellow teammates on the offense. That really helped him out on that side. But again, this is the early battle testing where, Granby can say, hey, we bid on that.
Yep.
Hopefully we can chew that a little bit and then be able to push our efforts forward as the season goes along. Again, they'll go against Churchland, who just got to win tonight again in the overtime as well. I mean, it's a lot of things rolling on. So Northview, their schedule is starting to even out now. And I commend a lot of the teams that took those early on challenges, it's a lot of calculations being done right now. And I think it's amazing.
If you see Drew and me looking down at our phones, we're listening to each other, and we want to listen to you too. So definitely. And you had said that you saw something about Bayside in the comments.
Yes, and that's on Instagram. And shout out Brandon Riddick too. His birthday is tomorrow. And he wants to hear a little bit about Bayside.
All right. Well, Bayside gave him an early birthday present.
Yes.
27-13 over Cox. That may have been a game, Drew, or in the past. They're not picking Bayside to win that game. But I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the Marlins are 2-0 now.
Marlins, yeah, absolutely, and this is different. Not a crazy blow up. It's not something that we're not expecting from the Marlins at all.
No.
As they have some hype and some good players that they roll out each and every year.
Yep.
They may hang in the ballows a little bit, but trust and believe this is a team that is not to be slept on out of that district. And so for Bayside, I think that they're going to be able to take this type of energy and move it forward. Any type of game, they don't really take a lot of blowouts versus a lot of their rival teams. They live up to the hype. And again, it's a lot of the teams that either the team that's the underdog is playing up, or the team that's noted to win is playing down, and it kind of levels that thing out. But again, shout out to the Bayside team for making that happen and turning that around, and I'm looking for a good upside for them as they progress through the season as well. That's good. That's really, really good.
And hey, everybody in that Beach District is chasing Green Run.
Yeah.
Defense. It's going to come down to defense. A team that can stack its defense and stop that Green Run attack, that is going to be the team that can finally do it. Winning streaks don't last forever. Bayside obviously making an early case to be like, when Green Run comes across our plate, we're going to see what we can do. We got quite a bit. Okay, first off, Amy.
I got a couple too over here now.
Okay, all right. Well, first, Amy, of course, we'll shout out WGHS News. You guys do a great job over there at Granby. And then, Drew, you go. Who you got?
Well, I mean, shout out to Marcus Chapman at Hampton High School.
Yeah, we got some Hampton requests on here, baby. The Grabbers.
Absolutely. Shout out Marcus Chapman as well. And he wants to know a little bit about Hampton High, of course, right? And this was their first game as well going into that one. So a lot of people, a lot of people didn't have any takes on the Lake Taylor versus Hampton game as far as who would come out victorious. I didn't hear a lot of score predictions or anything like that, but what I did know is Hampton was really hungry coming into this game as well. I mean, they sat in the sidelines, watched some things happen at Darling. I got to speak with a few of their star players as well. I mean, they're locked in and ready to go, as well as talking to Andre McGlone and Coach Woodrow Wilson over there. I mean, it is a tight-knit factory that they got going on. They just I'm thinking that they're really ready to pull this thing together, and these things take time as they start to program themselves. On the other side, right, Lake Taylor did come down to Darling and the home of Hampton as well, and they played against, was it Darling? No, it was at Todd Stadium.
It was at Todd
Stadium.
They got a big win against Heritage last
right?
week.
So, I mean, it says a lot for that, putting that token towards the Peninsula District. They took off there. They had some successes there, and I'm pretty sure that helped them moving in to the Hampton game. I know that they, I'm pretty sure it was a lot of things that they wanted to get back from this game compared to the last one as well. But again, that was a lot of firepower going into the Hampton game, and it looks like they did well. It looked like they did well, and it looks like it was a good game for them. So,
offensive shootout, it looked like. It looked like a shootout, right?
Yes.
40-34 final. And Lake Taylor, are they back? That's another question too, right? We were just talking about last week, put up 34 points again tonight against the Hampton team. That let's not sugarcoat this. They have their eyes on that team across town.
Yes.
They want to play Phoebus. They want to see what they can do there. So we are definitely keeping an eye on the parameters. I think we got a request for Churchland and Kings Fork.
Is that Churchland and Kings Fork?
Well,
okay,
no.
That'd be fine. That'd be a perfect segue if you're ready for that one.
So CHS Trucker Athletics, they definitely want to talk about the Truckers.
I had a coach, Coach Malik Jones. He reached out to me and let me know that they won in the overtime. It was a 1-point game as well. I'm pretty sure that had to be. I can't wait to go back and watch that one and see how that unfolded as well. These 1-point games, it was somebody else that just had a 1-point game, I believe, tonight as well.
Yeah, well, Maury and Verina.
Yeah, Maury and Verina. There we go.
Yeah.
Right. So many
it's so
scores.
easy. No. There's so many scores to sift through. This guy's an encyclopedia when it comes to that sort of thing. But yeah, we had Bethel, and that Bethel Churchland game jumped out off the schedule after seeing how they both did last week, where they both put up some points and both won by pretty fair margins.
Yes, I mean, I'll say I like Churchland. I love Bethel as well as what they're doing. Churchland, I got to see them early on. I try not to get too deep into the 7-on-7s, the thump camps, things that they're doing, but I know that they have some great coaches, great players over there as well, that they're able to fine-tune and make sure that they got the system that they're looking for. Early on in the offseason, I wasn't sure if Churchland was able to find that trucker mentality that they usually come into the season with, but it looks like that they got this thing tight-knit. They know what they're doing. And, for the other side, as far as, Churchland. Churchland, I mean, again, just with Churchland, they have a few hurdles that they have to get over as well. A lot of people doubt what they've seen as far as like last season and going into I guess this off season. But again, anything can turn around, and for everybody is when I'm looking at the schedule. Nobody's schedule really gets productively harder. So I mean, a lot of people are seeing the most of what they have right now. And then and who did Churchland go play against? Bethel. There we go. Sorry, I needed a segue. Bethel, on the other hand, I mean, I seen them coming out of this thing victorious, to be honest, and I don't do a lot of predictions, but there was a lot of in-person hype that I seen, a lot of production from, Derek Fisher and Alexander Lewis as well. I mean, and Amari Pryor as well. These guys, I would love to be able to go back and watch that film again as well to see how this thing turned out and what was able to stop these guys from ultimately coming out victorious like they did this previous week. So that's going to be good.
I think Logan Wynn is their quarterback.
Yes.
Sophomore.
Yes, young Logan Wynn.
He can sling it. I'm looking forward to seeing how he keeps improving over the course of his career. Definitely a shout out to Churchland tonight. Moving on to Kings Fork, too. We have some requests for Kings Fork, and this is one we talked about last week as being one of the games of the night tonight to circle on the calendar. And you had them playing Wise out of Maryland, a team that, Maury played the last 2 years. Now they come down and play Kings Fork. And this was a game, but Kings Fork defending its territory, sticking its flag in the sand and saying, hey, Wise made some good defensive plays tonight. Our guy out there tonight, saw Wise make some defensive plays. But Kings Fork jumping out to the 14-point lead, holding them off, getting that 27-19 win over a good Wise squad. Great way to start off the season for the Bulldogs.
Like you said, 27-19, Kings Fork's way. And we had Dom there at this game as well. A few things that Dom shared. Dom says that Kings Fork is rightfully ranked in our our top 10.
Yep.
They've earned that right. Defensively, it looked incredible, especially when it came to week 1. This unit has playmakers at all levels. On the edge, of course, they have Joshua Pittman. At the linebacker position, number 14 is Joey Applewhite. And they have a host of defensive backs, but my favorite has been Reggie Davis. He's a true man-to-man corner, and basically his ability to take away his side of the field and the rest of the defense flourishes. Right, offensively, quarterback DeAndre Artis-Boone looks more relaxed in the pocket. A big reason to his two weapons, Darius Wynn and newly acquired Anthony Henderson, and they look dangerous. I mean, Dom called me and told me that. I mean, they look dangerous. Right, all night they made Eric Wedge, who was a Class 4 All-State selection in Maryland, look uncomfortable. All right, after getting shut out in the first half, 14-0, they finally got on board with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. This also was followed by a pick six, and after the stop, the score, Kings Fork found themselves at 14-19. Unfortunately for Wise, Kings Fork was clicking on all cylinders because of the back-to-back special team plays. Darius Wynn returned at an 85-yard kick for a touchdown to take the lead and then recover as well-placed pooch kick to put the game to rest. To the coaching and defense from coaching defense to offense to special teams, it was a great game and victory against the top 10 Maryland opponent in Wise.
Yeah.
And this was a take by SP Dom as well.
Yeah, and he was out there taking in the entire game. So
yes, he did.
Great win for Kings Fork. Hey, Drew, we're starting to see that, I mean, Nansemond River wins tonight. Oscar Smith wins tonight. Kings Fork gets a big win tonight. Indian River rolls last week. So that top of the Southeastern District that we are going to be keeping our eye on, no doubt.
SED looking like the SEC.
Yeah, I forget who said that.
Looking like
that might have been Western Branch to say. It might have been C.J. Frazier over there.
Frazier?
To say that, like, the SCD is the SEC of Virginia.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're looking like Western Branch again gets a big win tonight over Catholic. So, yeah, they got that's one to keep your eye on. We also got Warhill played hard tonight. And they did. And, you know, SP Jen sent us some video from it, and it looked and sounded full.
Yeah.
Like that game. I don't remember the Lafayette Warhill game being this early in years past. But I'll tell you what, everybody showed out. The stands looked packed. The play looked, I mean, there were some good hits that I saw in Jen's video.
Yeah.
And wow. Lafayette winning, I think 24-6 was the final.
Not your typical, I mean, it's usually, a back and forth thing. Me and Key were able to go by to a Lafayette and Warhill game. If not the last 2 seasons, I know we were there this previous as well.
Yeah.
I mean, just to see, the atmosphere, the student sections, all the things that embody high school sports, these two entities, these two schools, I mean, they do great at it. Win, lose, or draw, their teams, their fans, their parents are always there to unite, and I really love that for them. The Battle of the Bird, really important. I think it's something that they hold really close to them, and to see Lafayette come out victorious, 24-6. We probably want to see a little bit of more give or take from both sides, but again, Warhill will hit the drawing boards, and nothing makes them more hungrier than the Lafayette loss. So
yeah, and we talked before, Drew, about in week 1, week 2, a loss, even 0-1, 0-2 start. That doesn't mean Warwick starts 0-2. I mean, I think they're fine.
Yes.
They're fine. They're going to be, we talked about their defense. They're going to be fine. An 0-1, 0-2, 1-1, I mean, it's so early that so much can still happen. And a lot of these schools, we're talking about Granby, right? They're scheduling to make themselves better and prepare them for down the road. And that's what a lot of these teams are doing.
And I mean, this strategy of scheduling is starting to be more common than ever. I mean, like I said, not everybody, but a lot of teams that we are expecting to, take that step, they have. A few others, are, taking buys and having some time to, regroup for them entering into the regular season. But again, for the teams like Smith, Maury, and, Wise being able to come and play against Kings Fork as well. Those are the types of games that we want to look for them to be able to see what again, it doesn't really matter locally for these teams because usually these teams look the same in the regular season versus these teams that they're playing every year. Yeah. It's the outsiders, the other teams that are helping us really get a feel of what we look like, not just those teams that are playing them, but our area. So
We have a great football here. Hey, real quick, I'm going to take a time to publicly apologize to our guy John Sham, who made a beautiful monitor graphic that I didn't get a chance to drop in because it was so crazy tonight when I got back here that it was nuts. But Phoebus has waited 2 weeks to kick off. You know, I say they waited like it was their choice. Don't get me wrong. We're going to see them take the field next week. And I think a lot of people on the peninsula are excited to see the 4-time defending state champs go out there and take the field for the first time in 2025.
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they come out and do. After that big senior class, it's cool to see some of the new guys that they bring in and what Coach Blunt and his staff is able to, make of this team as well. I've seen, one of the things that everybody knows, Phoebus is really good at watching film. They know what's coming up. They know exactly what they want. And so I got to see every time I went to a game in these past 2 to 3 weeks, whether it was a week 0 game, I got to speak to a Phoebus coach in some way, shape, or form. Being able to speak with them and seeing what they liked from this game, what they saw, what was their take. And I'll tell you, putting no targets on anybody's back, they're just as confident as they were when they left, I believe, Liberty last season at the end of the championship. They're just as confident. So I look forward to seeing how that rolls out for them.
Yep.
I know that they can do it. I know they know what they have. So it's good to see. But, man, it would have been great to see them play as early as everybody else, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt at all. But, hey, 2 weeks, that's got to be tough, right? You're sitting there watching everybody else go, and all you want to do is get out there on the field and play.
Yes.
From Facebook, Lennon would like to know what his Indian River crew did tonight. Lennon, they had off. They won big last week, but they did have the night off. They'll be back in action next week, getting things going and diving into their Southeastern District schedule, I believe. So, but Indian River we're looking forward to. Let's see here.
We're looking good on Instagram right now, everybody.
Yes, we are.
Thank you for everybody that's, let's see, Marlin shouting themselves out. Absolutely. Shout out Bayside. Let's see. Yep, the Truckers. Got it.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this every Friday night during football season, guys. Facebook Live, Instagram Live, No Limit Sports Live with the Sports Plug crew and WTKR News 3. What a night. Did anything you were at the same game?
Yeah, I was at the game you were.
The Oscar Smith Warwick game.
Oh, well, I know what. Well, go ahead.
Fire away. No, you go. Go ahead.
Well, I definitely wanted to speak about that. I mean, Phoebus will be going to face off against Denby for their first game as well. This should be, by the way, this is not from me. It should not saying that it should be an easy one, but this is one that Phoebus expects, from previous games and things like that to come out victorious. Warwick is going to play Bethel next week as well. I mean, really taking off for the Peninsula District, and I don't want to just stay there in that district, but this is really important as we look at Warwick's storyline. They had a good game a good game against Mallet Creek, and then really close 3-0. This game now with going against Oscar Smith, some things to be decided in there. It was a stretch as far as the deficit between the two teams, but again, a lot of potential there, a lot of opportunity. I know Travis Johnson. He had a game. Still a little under 100 yards, playing against Cartier carryover there. I mean, these guys are bringing out some dominant athletes from different sides. So now for them to go against Bethel as well, honestly, to say, and it doesn't have to be just out-of-state games as well. It can be local. This looks like a battle testing for both opposing teams as well, as both teams are now coming off of a loss. The Bruins, the Raiders, going to clash against one another. I mean, there's going to be some good results to come from this, even after this game as well. I think so.
And we had a lot of Warhill fans tonight. Let's close by. Apparently there was a serious injury. It sounds like there might have been out there. So obviously our thoughts are definitely with Warhill if that was unless I was reading it wrong, and if I did, I apologize. But certainly don't want football. We want to keep it as safe as possible, even though it's a game we definitely love. So guys, we thank you so much to everybody who took part. Hope you'll be back with us every Friday night. We're going to talk about as many teams as we can for about a half hour after the show goes off the air at 11:30, from about 11:30 to midnight. But unfortunately, we have to let our crew get out of here and get home and start their weekend. So, Drew, thanks a lot for coming, man.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it. We're going to join by Drew and his crew all year at Sports Plug 757, and we thank you guys for being our partners as well. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next time on No Limit Sports Live.
Thank y'all.